What are you doing?
Aren't these cute? Are you ready to go?
Welcome to Vancouver Views. We are going to show you this 90s style home with clients who have 70s style taste, but we're going to bring it to 2025, baby, and beyond.
I'm gonna like spread them out to make it look like there's more muffins left. In the kitchen, we had several things that we were trying to accomplish. How do we achieve wood cabinets with engineered white oak wood floors and make that look good? How can we identify a way to contemporize the cabinet package in a traditional home and the things we considered to make sure that was achieved? And finally, the third was the hardware. As we all know, the hardware is the jewelry on the cabinets, and it really brings the look together and either elevates it or makes it a little bit more casual. And I think it worked out well.
The gray windows in this kitchen are very traditional, and you decided to go for more modern cabinetry. Can you talk me through that thought process?
It was the challenge of this home. They bought the home for the views, Vancouver views. The views are what sold the house, and so sometimes you're handed what you have to work with. And this is where design comes, where there are no rules. You have to do what you want inside your home and have it make you feel good and reflect your style and your personality. Replacing all the windows and the slider doors that lent itself to a more traditional look was cost prohibitive at this stage. So we decided to just lean in to making the interior of the home, particularly the kitchen, how the client wanted. The client is a chef, so that means there's going to be a high use rate in this space. There's going to be lots of motions, potions, ingredients, and cooking in here. So it lends itself to a white oak wood cabinet finish rather than painted that might be less durable and more high maintenance for long-term use. They wanted it to reflect a more mid-century modern look to cater to the furniture that they had. So we have contemporary, mid-century modern, and traditional that we had to weave in. That's the secret sauce of design. We chose to do a white oak flat front cabinet door that goes really well with the white oak wood floors. But we took chances in other spaces that you'll see later that we actually did do a shaker front door to show that you can mix and match and make it all work. I know that choosing your hardware for your cabinetry, especially in a brand new kitchen, can be really intimidating. A lot of times I tell a client, your hardware does not need to match your door hardware in your space. And your kitchen faucet also doesn't need to match your hardware on your cabinets. Hardware, of course, as we've talked about before, is the jewelry of your cabinets. It can either make a large, big, fancy statement, or it can make an understated statement. Now, two examples of that would be, this is more of a statement where it's a long handle on a long drawer. An understated hardware selection for that would be an edge pull that is mounted at the top and has a very little reveal of the metal that it's reflecting. One thing I love to share with clients that they might not know is that polished nickel is my secret weapon. Polished nickel reflects this warm, beautiful light on wood. Super different than chrome. Chrome is pretty shiny and a bit dated. Black is very popular right now and a little bit stark and would have made a very dark statement on the wood. And brass, yes, while it's beautiful, it might be a little bit trendy. Polished nickel, especially mixing traditional and contemporary, is the perfect choice for this kitchen. Just like selecting fabric or paint or wood floors or any other material, what do? Get a sample of the finish of the hardware that you want to use and put it with your cabinetry. Make a thoughtful choice by getting the samples together and sitting on it. Sometimes it's nice to have something stand out when you have wood floors and wood cabinetry. Does your hardware need to match your main plumbing feature in your kitchen faucet? The answer, folks, is no. In this case, we chose a gunmetal faucet that looks stunning with the countertops, and it does not match the hardware, and that is okay. This was an existing cabinet at Vancouver Views. We chose not to demo it and try to update it to cater a little bit to mid-century modern and a little bit to the modern flair that's happening in the adjacent kitchen. Our cabinet maker just popped off the existing doors, which were shaker, solid, cut a groove in a new cabinet frame that would normally house glass. We got plain perforated metal, silver in color, and got a powder-coated brass to match our hardware.
So in the kitchen, we have flat fronts, and we decided to also do shaker style in the home because we're mixing mid-century modern furniture with a traditional house. And I love the bar. So we did the shaker style, but you modernized it with the paint color and the stone. Tell me more.
It was a hard decision to decide what would be flat front and what would be shaker. We knew we could get away with shaker because we're in a traditional home. The fact that we painted the shaker lent itself to being different from the kitchen. So for example, I probably wouldn't have done a shaker door in white oak here.
Right.
It was much more comfortable to say, we're gonna do shaker, we're gonna lend it traditional a little bit, but we're gonna paint it a really fun color.
Yeah, you want to make it a different space.
Right, and another thing that we thought of is, hey, I don't have sight lines to my flat front white oak, more contemporary kitchen at the same time as I have my shaker painted door in the bar. So they're in different spaces, they felt really good, and it was a great way to kind of lean in and, again, mix styles.
If you were to put all of these materials together, they look gorgeous together. So if you take a sample of the white oak, a sample of the paint color, a sample of this, they all still work together.
Yes.
They have their own unique look, which is amazing.
Funny enough is the color of the cabinetry was selected primarily directly out of the stone accents. Contrary to how we normally navigate the selection process, our inspiration was actually this remnant stone that we found because we knew we wanted a really cool stone countertop and backsplash. We saw this really beautiful verdigris green in it, and we decided that for sure was going to be the paint color, and it's isolated in this space. And then, ding, 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 we chose to draw our lighting into our cabinet hardware by choosing copper hardware that lent itself to the entry light and other accent lights in this area, copper. I absolutely love this throuple of hardware and how it juxtaposes this kind of elegance and caters a little bit to mid-century modern with the paint color and working with the stone. It is absolutely beautiful, and it is a great way to feature copper in an isolated area.
We hope you learned something new today about cabinetry.
And we hope you enjoyed seeing the transformation of Vancouver views. We think it turned out really great. And it's not every day that your client makes you homemade muffins for your shoot. Cheers.
Cheers, I'm gonna feed you.
I am not gonna do that. I am not doing that wedding this year. No. So cheers to Vancouver views. No, we're going like this. Cheers to Vancouver viewing.
Reviews.
Thank you for subscribing to our channel. It means a lot to us, and we want to hear from you. So comment, and hopefully we'll get back to you. I am literally going to spread these out so the client thinks that we didn't
No, you
eat
just
some.
say, nobody eat any more muffins.
Yeah, stop eating the muffins. Nobody eat any more muffins. I feel bad.